Story time of my first time sneaking out in high school as an Arab girl with strict-ish parents. I should clarify because that was my first and last time. Now that I'm married, I just confessed the story to my mom the other day and she was unbothered, so I feel like I could share this with you guys now. So I was in high school and all my friends every weekend had a party and they kept telling me like, why don't you come to the parties? You should come. And of course, as an Arab girl, like I can't go to no party. But of course I had to keep up my cool girl persona I had going on in high school. I couldn't be like, no, my parents won't let me. Like I always had an excuse like, oh, I'm going to the other party this weekend. Or like, oh, I already have plans, maybe next time. So I knew there was this party coming up in my neighborhood, okay? It was like literally walking distance and me and my cousins were like, we have to go to this party. Like, we have to go. My cousins didn't go to the same school, but we had kind of like the same friends. Like I was friends with their friends, they were friends with mine. So we're like, okay, like this is a party to go to this year. We literally had to plan to go to this party like weeks in advance. So we came up with this whole game plan and we're like, we're gonna sleep at one of my cousin's house who has like a chiller mom, right? And we'll just make her a part of the plan and convince her to let us go. And my cousins were on the same boat. They've never been to a party, never snuck out. We're pretty like good girls. Like we felt guilty doing this. So we all ganged up and proposed a plan to my aunt and we're like, can we all just sleep over and let us go to our party, but don't tell the rest of our moms. And by the way, the rest of our moms are all like sisters and siblings. She says yes, we're all so excited. We tell our parents we're sleeping at our aunt's house, which we were. So the girls are so excited. We're all together like getting dressed up for our first party. The vibes are right. And we end up driving over to the party, which is in my community. Halfway going there, one of my cousins like felt the guilt and she was like, oh my God, no, something bad is gonna happen because like we're not telling our parents the full truth. So she had us go and take her back home. So the plan was we're just gonna go show face so people know like we're not lame and we go to parties and just leave. Like we're not gonna do anything. By the time we actually get there, like the party's been going on, okay? Like this is a high school party. So we get there, literally show face for like 5 minutes. I'm seeing my friends. I'm like, hey guys, like acting all cool. And within literally 10 minutes of us being there, the cops raided the party. Once the cops show, we freak out instantly. We're like, we literally can't get caught. Like, no, this can't be happening. So, you know, as soon as the cops show, we sprint our way out. So we're like making our way to the parked car, which is like a 5-minute walk. Of course, on our way, we're sprinting to the car. The cops freaking stop us. Like, where are y'all ladies going this late in the night? And we're like, oh, no, we're just walking. And they're like, did you drive out tonight? Were you at that party? So they ask for our IDs. We give them their IDs. They see we're 16 and they're like, you're not allowed to drive when you're 16 past 10 p.m. And then they go, we're going to need to contact your parents. At that point, the whole issue with the cops wasn't the party. It's the fact that we were driving past 10 p.m. And the problem is we were in my community. So if I told them we just walked over from my house, we didn't drive, they could have showed up at my parents' house. My parents think I'm at my cousin's house. So if the cops show up, like my life is over.
Story time of me getting into a fight and then going to school with the black eye the next day. To this day, I still can't believe I fought somebody. Bueno, empecemos. So the year was, I think it was like 2014 maybe? Yeah, for sure it was 2014 because I just started my freshman year and I had just been a freshman for like 2 weeks, literally. And I remember that very specific day, I was wearing new Jordans and a new backpack and a new outfit. I was looking fresh. I also had like 3 textbooks in my mochila and then my laptop, of course. Anyways, the bell for school rings and it had just ended and I started walking home. I remember being with 2 very close, good friends, or so I thought. My 2 really good friends was one boy and one girl. We are gonna call him and her Jeff and Jennifer. So the 3 of us started walking home. We almost had like the same route when all of a sudden the bitch that I got into a fight with appears in the back of us. We are gonna call this bitch Stacy. This had not been the first time that Stacy had followed me home and pretty much bullied me. The last time that she had followed me home, she was with her little group of friends and I kid you not, the whole way they were throwing rocks at me. I kid you not. And what was I gonna do? Nothing, because it was just me against 3 of them. Like they would have for sure fucked me up. And personally, I'm not somebody that resolves conflict with physical fighting. Like that's stupid. I'd rather just talk it out. But that's me. Bueno, el chiste es de que ellos ya sabían dónde yo vivía y por eso me empezaron a seguir. Por donde yo vivía teníamos que pasar una gas station. Meanwhile, Stacy and her friends talking shit behind us. Me and my friends decided to stop at this gas station and get some snack, get some sodas. You know, it's after school, so obviously you get the munchies. We pay, we get out of the store, and when I tell you, I literally felt like a paparazzi because there was a big ass crowd. It literally seemed like the whole school was outside waiting for me. I guess Stacy had told the whole school that we were gonna get into a fight. Shit, like nobody told me. Meanwhile, Jeff and Jennifer were telling me, no, you know what, let's just stay inside the store and we'll call your mom. And at that time, I didn't have a phone. So I couldn't call my mom. And me, being a chingona and stupid, I started walking towards her and towards the crowd. And I said to Jeff and Jennifer, no, I'm gonna walk home. You literally get to know who your real friends are when you're in a situation like that. But anyways, head to part 2 to see what happens next. Storytime part 2 of the time I got into a fight and went to school the next day with the black eye. I've never gotten into a fight, so it was so unreal to me that I would get into a fight. Once I started getting closer to Stacy and the crowd waiting for me, Stacy walked towards me and she's like, so you're talking shit? And I'm like, bitch, I don't even know why the fuck you're mad at me. And seriously, to this day, I don't even know why she hated me. Probably because the coach replaced her with me as pitcher in softball in middle school. Anyway, I was not gonna give the first punch. But what I did do, and not intentionally, so I had my soda in my hand and then I kind of went like this, I think. And I guess she thought that I was gonna hit her or throw my soda at her. And so she went back and then she went boom. And me being my first fight, she definitely caught me off guard. But that was the only punch she was able to give me. Just because she caught me off guard, okay? Then she yanked me by the greñas and I swear she would not let me go. And after that, I had neck problems. Yeah. She was pulling really hard. I was like this and we're just you know. Anyways, I kind of overheard somebody ask Jennifer, aren't you gonna help her? And she just stayed quiet. And Jeff and Jennifer were just looking. I was so sad because Jennifer had been my best friend for so long. And if it would have been the other way around, I would have definitely gone in and helped her. That's why I tell you, you don't know who your real friends are until you come across a tough situation. Anyways, we probably fought for about 10 minutes. To me, it really did seem like a long time and nobody was stopping it until a car stopped in the middle of the road because we were literally in the middle of the road fighting and cars were just going through and going around us too. These two ladies came out of the car and they were just like, why aren't you guys helping? Stop this, everybody go home, stop recording. And that was literally the only way that the fight stopped. These two ladies started helping me and they were just like, can we call somebody? Can we call your mom? And I called my mom. I was definitely crying and I was mad and I was just like, Mom, I just got in a fight. My mom was not mad at all. She was just kind of glad that I knew how to defend myself. Anyways, I woke up the next day with a sore neck and a black bruised eye. And I still went to school like that. But yeah, that day I learned that I didn't really have any real friends and that I am willing to fight somebody. So don't fucking try me, bitch.